We have our cue microphone located in a dressing room where in just a few minutes the Smothers brothers will be stepping out onto a stage and appearing in front of a sellout crowd here at the Iowa Memorial Union. Now, the boys have been traveling for some time. They just came in from
Albany,
and tomorrow they will be in New England, in Bridgeport.
That's right, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
And I suppose you've been on the road doing this kind of thing for some time.
about 5 weeks now, one-nighters, playing colleges and promotional dates.
The voice you just heard is that of Tom Smothers, right?
Right.
And you are Dick Smothers.
That's correct.
And who is Harry?
That's my sister, and her name is Sherry, really. In all actuality, she's 21 years old, and she's a stewardess for Western Airlines.
You do have a sister?
Yes, we do.
We have two sisters, and the other one is named Michelle. She's sort of, what can you say after Tom, Dick, and Sherry?
Yeah, that's right.
So we gave up.
Do your sisters ever appear with you in your act?
No. They never even see us, really, except on television.
How long have you been working together?
4 years.
And how long have you been in show business? Is that a fair question?
Yes, 12 years now.
Tom, you've been in for 12 years, and Dick, have you two been in about the same?
About 4 years.
You've been in about 4 years.
I'm much younger than my brother. My brother, he's 32, and I'm 24. And so, therefore, he had another couple of years.
He had a head start.
Yeah.
I originally had a dog act. I had 4 dogs I trained, and I did it around the neighborhood and at the local theaters.
You mean you trained dogs around the neighborhood?
Yeah, I trained dogs around the neighborhood, and that's how I got into show business.
They say he still has a dog act.
You say he still has a dog act.
You're certainly clever tonight, aren't you?
You have an album on which you raise the question, and I will too. Is Smothers really your name?
Actually, it was originally we're actually Italian. It was Smotherini, and this was many generations ago. So it's been Smothers for 3 generations. The 4th generation were from the old country, and it was Smotherini.
That's right.
There's no accident then that you're the Smothers brothers and that it rhymes.
That's no accident.
No, a lot of people think that we weren't Italian because we don't look like Italians. People say that. Do you think we look like Italians?
I don't know. I don't think you do.
You can probably tell by our accent, though.
It's definitely Eastern.
Yeah.
I suppose. You're really a good straight man.
I wouldn't dare be anything else with you fellas but a straight man. You have been appearing, I suspect, at universities and colleges. Is this the best type of audience for you to play for? Do they like your humor the best?
It's not. It's hard to say. A good college crowd audience is very fine, and they're very up-to-date on everything we do. But then, when we go to, say, like the Crystal Palace, where we'll be in December, that audience there is so hip and so ready that it's hard to say that this audience isn't as good as a college audience, even though it's a club.
Can you do the same show at a club that you would do for a college audience?
No. Almost, but not quite. Because the college audience, you have to use a little bit of discretion, because you may please the students, but you won't please the faculty.
We've gotten kicked off of 2 campuses by doing our regular nightclub act.
Is that right?
Yes, at Vassar and at Dominican School for Monks.
I can understand that. Would you do the same routines on TV that you do for universities?
No. We do them. We do them, but we edit out little bitty things and make them funny in another way. They censor you very, very strongly on TV.
You play folk singing. I mean, you play it straight quite often, and I can say that in my opinion, and the opinion of many I have met, you play fine, beautiful folk music. Yet sometimes you just clown around with the folk music, which seems to be more fun to do.
Well, the clowning around is the easiest because you don't have to concentrate so hard on singing as best you can. You know, it's when we sing our straight songs like Down the Valley, we work very hard at singing it the best we can and getting our intonations and pitch and rhythms just perfect. But when Tommy's we're doing an uptune, he just sort of goes ad-lib a little bit. So it's much looser and much more relaxed for us.
We'll have an opportunity a little later to hear some of your records. Will we be missing quite a bit of your act by not seeing you?
Yes, I believe so.
On the record, on the 2 sides of Smothers Brothers record, I wouldn't say you're missing any of that because it's completely audio. But on the other side,
You would.
I wouldn't.
Yes, you
Well,
wouldn't.
you're wrong a lot of times.
No,
too.
but you never see yourself.
Yeah, and Mom always liked you best.
That
too.
doesn't matter. Any act you lose without seeing them. Any single act. Even a person sitting and reading a book.
Might I say, though, that sometimes you read things into an act or imagine things that are really there and find it even more humorous. You can use the...
Yes,
you
can. But Tommy mugs quite a bit. And you look at his face, and he gets a lot of laughs because of his facial expressions.
That's a communist lie.
Is it a lie that you use your face or that you mug?
I use my mug to face a lot of people.
He's trying to be difficult because sometimes he tries to think, and he gets in a lot of trouble.
Do you think often?
Yeah, quite a bit, and I'm very quick, sharp like a tack, fast, quick. This is a
Snapping of the fingers.
Snapping of the fingers. You missed that because I was mugging my face at the same time.
Yes, I was watching your face. Do you write your material, or is it straight ad lib?
It was originally all of it ad libbed, but over the years we've tightened it and got it basic, like it could have been written now. But it never was because we just can't sit down and write, this is going to be funny.
Well, I suspect then that you never do the same show, at least the same way, twice.
No.
Not exactly, but now we have a good platform that we go by.
Do you work with your audience? Do you work them and work with them?
Yes, definitely. The audience reaction plays a large role in the way Tommy presents his comedy material. If he gets a little reaction, he may change something because he'll try to get more, and he's not obligated to any certain wordage or anything.
Do you try and build your humor around current events or historical events, or is there any particular theme?
More towards historical events, I would say. So we're not contemporary comics. We don't use current events at all. Not topical.
A little bit, but not too much, because topical humor you have to change every week.
There's a tremendous interest today in folk music, and we see it here in Iowa. It seems to be growing and growing and growing by leaps and bounds. I wonder if you'd care to comment on that. Have you felt this great interest, this great change?
Yes, when we first started. Well, we started in the beginning where there was a general trend of everybody getting interested in it. But before that, it was just a smaller, select group, and now everybody in college sings, and we're very aware of it. A lot of people even know folk singers we're not aware of and songs we've never heard of, and they're more educated in the folk music than we are.
We sort of grew up with the growth, I think. The only group that was big when we started was the Kingstons. They started the trend big. Then since we started, all the rest of the groups have come in with these, the big push, and maybe we're feeling this era that is growing. It may not last very long, but it looks like it will.
Well, let me close with this question, and it's based on the comment you just made. Where to from here? What do you think your future might be from here?
Well, our future is definitely in television, maybe in some movies, because we're not a singing group like everyone else. The comedy is the thing we'll trade on. Concerts, television, maybe possibly a series sometime. Maybe a movie, maybe like a Walt Disney type. That would be a good movie type for us.
Is there anything in the fire along these lines?
Well, our agent's working on it, but nothing definite.
Some slight interest in a series.
Well, we have to cut off here, not because we want to, but because we've been told to. But I wonder if, in closing, each of you would pick your favorite cut from the album you just mentioned, the two sides of the Smothers Brothers. Each of you, I hope it's not the same one, and we'll play both of them.
I'll pick mine first then, because I know what I like. I like, on the straight singing side, I like the Four Winds and the Seven Seas. That's really the only song I think we sing as well as we can.
All right, Dick will play that one for you, and Tom?
Boil a Cabbage is my favorite song. My brother just told me.
Okay. And with that remark, we want to thank you both very much, the Smothers Brothers, Tom and Dick.